Isaiah 56 verse 9 and 10 is the reality of this land. The watchmen are blind. The watchmen are ignorant. The watchmen are not aggressive. They are dumb dogs. And the watchmen have slumbered. So usually, when the Romans want to colonize a territory, they don't go to bring you from your country to their country. What they do is that from the ecclesia, they select a governor, they select a judge, and they select a captain.
Welcome to the Beatitude. For the kingdom of God is not just a destination, it's a way of living.
I don't know any other nation in the world apart from Israel that has the signature of spiritual things like the United Kingdom. I was sharing with them yesterday when I was looking at the cosmological stratification of the United Kingdom, the territorial separations. I saw that the nation is separated into regions, is separated into counties, into provinces and boroughs, and into parishes. So in this country, they divide territories into parishes. That means a territory is considered a church. That's why when you move and drive in this country for minutes, you'll find the church. To let you know that God had a stake over this land. And as if that's not enough, when I looked at the authority structure of your country, I discovered that the parliament was divided into two categories: the House of Commons and the House of Lords. The House of Commons are elected ministers, but the House of Lords is made up of people who either by inheritance are placed there because it's part of their ancestry, or they are made up of bishops. So if you are a bishop in the Church of England, you have a judicial provision to give counsel to leadership, to let you know that the nation was designed for God to have a place. And it now reminded me of the parable of the prophet Isaiah. He said, how did a holy nation become a harlot? So you begin to wonder, how does a nation that the territory is allocated to God, the leadership is allocated to God, how did this nation become a nation where the voices that we hear from distant lands are voices of people who are fighting for things that are not consistent with the ordinances of God? How did this nation become a nation where streets could have? How is it possible that a nation like this will have territory that the whole region is colored by the rainbow color? Whereas we read that God hates this. Sodom and Gomorrah was destroyed for this. The things that God hates, the things that are inconsistent with the ordinances of God, how legalized in a nation like this? It means Isaiah 56 verse 9 and 10 is the reality of this land. The watchmen are blind. The watchmen are ignorant. The watchmen are not aggressive. They are dumb dogs. And the watchmen have slumbered. And so one of the burdens we want to uphold in this retreat is for the rise of witnesses. Men who can restore God's heritage for the land. Because what you need to know is that when Jesus said he will build his church, he was not talking about a religious organization. He was talking about a government that comes from another aeon. Jesus was never a religious man. The Pharisees hated him because he didn't do religion. In fact, when they introduced him as a prophet, he denied it. He said, who do men say I, the Son of Man, I am? They say, some say you are John. Others say you are Jeremiah. Others say you are Isaiah. They are all wrong. Since they don't know who I am, who do you say I am? And Peter said, you are the Christ, the Son of the living God. The Christ is the word transliterated from the Hebrew or the Aramaic into the Hebrew, and in the Hebrew it's called Mashiach, and it means the anointed king. So Jesus introduced himself as a monarch, and not just a monarch, but the Son of the living God. So he comes from the loins of the King of Kings. So he didn't see himself as a prophet. He saw himself as more than a prophet. He saw himself as the Son of God and the King of Kings. So when he said he was going to build his own institution, he called it the ecclesia. And I told them in Manchester, the ecclesia did not originate from Jesus. The word ecclesia originated from the Greek, and the Romans borrowed it. And so the ecclesia means an assembly that is called out to represent a nation on matters of government and governance, legislation and litigation. So usually, when the Romans want to colonize a territory, they don't go to bring you from your country to their country. What they do is that from the ecclesia, they select a governor, they select a judge, and they select a captain. The governor represents matters of governance. Judge, which is like a pilot, is also a mini governor, by the way, represent matters of judiciary, litigation and legislation. And then the centurion, who is the captain, represent matters of military. So they send these three with an army to your territory and they conquer you. When they conquer you, the governor represents the interest of the government of Rome. So he represents the emperor there. And so what they do is that the magistrate creates an educational system where they teach you the ways of Rome. You now forfeit your culture and you adopt the culture of Rome, so that you become an extension of Rome, a colony of Rome. And in case you refuse to do it diplomatically, then the centurions come and say, if you don't accept education by intelligence, we will bring education by force. So they use the army to transmit it. But at the end of the day, your country will become a reflection of Rome. So the job of the ecclesia is to transmit the interest of the king. And the interest of the king is to colonize the territory until that territory begins to reflect Rome. And so when Jesus saw it, he said, I will build my own ecclesia. And so the job of the ecclesia is not to start a religious movement. It's to colonize the earth, so that the earth becomes the mirror image of the heavens. Therefore, the focus of men should be to, number one, worship God, and number two, live the righteousness of God as our way of life. And so if you come into any territory and the predominant lifestyle of the people does not reflect worship and does not reflect righteousness, it means the candlestick of that territory has been removed. Let's not see here. The church can have a lot of religious activity. It is not an ecclesia. That's why when Jesus addressed the church in the book of Revelation, his focus was territorial. They say your light is not affecting the territory, so I'm removing your candlestick. But unfortunately, that's what we have. A gathering of religious people who are so excited in church but has no impact in the territory. Because we don't know that we have come to colonize the territory. And so when we come for retreats like this, it's important for us to go back to the foundation and find out why we are here. We are here in the United Kingdom to colonize the UK. And for those of you in the UK, nobody should teach you better. Now look at me, for instance. I'm wearing a suit and I'm feeling good. My people don't wear this. My native people wear what we call the bete, the tie animal skin. That's not my people. At what point did I begin to feel important by wearing suit? My people don't drink tea. My people wake up in the morning, they are warriors. We hunt, we tear the animals, prepare them and eat. But now my people are eating the dog. My people drink tea, and my people feel important now wearing suit. We have thrown our own culture away. I don't speak. This is not my language. My language is called Idoma. We speak in a native language that is sweet on the tongue. But we have thrown that language away, and now we speak English. And now we even take pride in speaking it with accent. So if my people come to the UK and you call them after 2 weeks, they start speaking through the nose, even though the nose is not narrow. Hi, how you doing? I'm fine. All right. When did you start? All right. It's called colonization. That's the power of colonization. And so when I come now, I can easily mingle with the British man because I've been colonized. The question is, why is the church here for more than 1,000 years and the territory has not yet been colonized? That means we don't understand who the ecclesia is. And so in the course of this meeting, one thing we will remind ourselves of is why we are here.
You just gained something powerful. God has equipped you with everything you need to win. It's left for you to make it happen. This is the Beatitude, where your faith ignites your